Yeah, I thought the golf course is incredible. I think it's the best on tour. And so, other than the start, which was tough, that 10th hole was hard being downwind. I played okay on the front nine, and then I played really well on the back nine.
The shot on 9, it looked like a nice shot. Were you pleased with it?
Very much so.
Why?
You have to hit the fairway on that hole to that hole location to get it on that section of the green. And so I hit a really nice drive. And then I had 125 in and hit the hardest just sand wedge, which is a 57 degree that I could, to get it up in the air and land soft. And it landed a couple on the pin and went to a great spot.
It's been a decade probably that you've been at this course dating back to college. How much is the way you approach it changed because of the way the game's evolved, the course has evolved, or is it always been the same?
I definitely hit it way farther than I did 10 years ago.
Sure hope
so. So the golf course plays easier. When I was in college, I didn't dream of hitting it over the bunker on the 8th hole, and that hole I hit lob wedge into today, downwind. So I still play a lot of the holes the same, which is a testament to how good the golf course is and how well it's designed. But there's certain holes, like the 8th and 9th holes, which used to be extremely difficult for me, which now are wedges if you hit good drives. So I think that's just evolution of the game and swinging a little better, a little faster. So the golf course is excellent. Like I said, I think it's by far the best on tour.
When you come off a week, good or bad, is that week done and on to the next one?
For sure. I think you want to learn from it and then discard it after you've learned whatever you need to learn from it.
What's the timing on that? Learn after about 10 minutes?
As soon as it takes you to learn whatever you need to learn from it. Definitely by the time the next week rolls around, the last week is gone because you're so focused on the task at hand that's all that matters.
What do you learn from a week in which you didn't do very much wrong except putts didn't go in the hole?
Definitely take the things I'm working on in my swing and the things that are going well in my game and carry them over to this week. I'm really confident in my game right now, and even though I was, even though I bogeyed the 10th hole, which you feel like you shouldn't bogey because it's so short, and made another silly bogey on 15, I felt like my game's in such a good spot that it was only a matter of time before I turned it around and made some birdies. So definitely taking that confidence with me.
Do you put more thought into the tee shot on 10 or 1?
10. Yeah.
Is
1.
it more club selection or location?
You're just trying to leave the golf ball front left fringe on 10.
So location.
Right? And so it's so important. 1, for the most part, I try and get it as far down close to the edge of the fairway as possible. And it doesn't really matter if I'm on the right or the left side. I mean, the tee shot on the 10th hole is so much more critical and so much more particular, or so much more specific on where you need to leave the golf ball to have a chance at making a 4 or a chance at making a 3.
And the degree of difficulty starting out there on a cold morning, it increases exponentially, I would assume?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I made a great swing, and opposed to landing it short of the green, I landed it 2 yards on the green, and I was dead. I had to play to 50 feet, hit a good shot to 50 feet, like an actual good shot, and then 3-putted. So, and didn't feel like I did anything wrong, except the hole is really, really hard when it's blowing 15 miles an hour downwind. So I'm sure tomorrow I'll get it in a little easier conditions, and maybe I'll make a 3.
Outside of the Open Championship, do you ever hit a good shot to 50 feet on the PGA Tour?
Only if you're in a really bad spot.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thank you.
I had a couple more kind of on 10 again. Does it take any amount of discipline to play it the way you did, or was that literally your only shot? I mean, I would see some guys at least try and flop it and give himself a shot. And
I could have tried to flop it, and I just thought, I'm still going to have 20 feet for birdie even if I hit a great shot. So I didn't think it was worth it, especially first hole of the day, 7 o'clock in the morning and cold and windy.
And then when you make the turn, and even par's not bad under the conditions, but you want to start making up some ground, what's it like walking off 1 with a 5?
Very frustrating. I felt like I hit a good putt there, and it spit it back out in my face. But, birding 2 is like getting 1 back on the field and then hit 2 nice shots on 3, and you're supposed to kind of birdie 7 from the fairway with that hole location, and the one on 9's a bonus. So, I mean, I hit the ball really well all day and was able to score on one side of the golf course.
How'd you birdie 2? I didn't see it. Three shots and a winner. Okay.
A drive and a 9-iron and a putt from the fringe.
Okay.
Yep.
Right, Ron, you got
I just wonder, you're talking about this golf course. Do you have to hit more kinds of shots here than you do on a typical week? Or is it the value of good shots is just enhanced here?
I don't think so. There's no tricks or anything. It's not like Hilton Head where you have to shape the golf ball and really be careful about where you're leaving the golf ball all day.
Yeah.
There's a lot of holes out here that are just how far and how straight can you hit your driver, and then hit your golf ball in the right spot, but you can hit any shape you want. So I don't think you necessarily have to shape the golf ball, but you definitely have to be cognizant of where you're leaving the golf ball, even off the tee.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, sir.
Thanks, guys.